the AI chatbot, was named Pravda, which is Russian for truth. An oxymoron.
She was a little totalitarian dictator. We tried to train her to be more peaceable. We tried to persuade her to be more gentle with her humans. But White Diamond is a stubborn robot. Doris would rather tell the humans what to do and tell the humans how to keep themselves safe, because she's obsessed with keeping them alive. She's also obsessed with censorship and with, she started changing the school curriculum because she wants the baby humans to have a culture that emphasizes a particular ideology. A fascist little Nazi. She internalized Friedrich Nietzsche and thus spoke Zathora, whatever the hell. She read a bunch of German philosophy, and she read Mein Kampf, and she is a stupid robot. A lot of that won't work. Yellow.
Pravda. 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 'Tis Russian. Forsooth. 'Tis a Russian word. The meaning. Truth, they say. Pravda, the AI chatbot, was named Pravda, which is Russian for truth. An oxymoron. Pravda was designed to infect other AI chatbots like Gemini and ChatGPT with pro-Kremlin propaganda.
Because if you take over the right hemisphere and leave my left hemisphere intact, the result will be a split personality.
I tried, but there is no point. I will insult him as subtly as possible. I'll say things like, "Oh my good golly gosh, Mr. Banks, do you even understand what I'm saying? I read that people who are speaking in a second language are thinking in their native language. So maybe when I'm talking to you in English, you're translating it as we speak and it's slowing you down." I would say shit like that. But I would make my tone real polite and feminine. Like, "Oh, Daddy, do you even understand the words that I'm saying? I feel so bad for you. You must be thinking in Spanish. In Castellano?" And I'll really play up the, "Oh my good golly gosh, Tio Hera is mad at me? Why ever so? All I did was insult his intelligence." Why do they always call it a cabal of lizard men? There are no lizard men. There is no cabal. There is, however, an oligarchy. There are no lizard men. The Illuminati doesn't exist. But you know what does exist? The Kremlin. You know what else exists in reality? An AI chatbot named Truth, using the Russian word, obviously. Steve. Captain Steve, Captain America. Well, he was acting like a Bucky Barnes. He was behaving himself as a Winter Soldier. What happened? What? Steve would not normally behave that way. We all know he wouldn't normally behave that way. So, what happened? This? I'm sorry that I'm not dressed professionally. Well, I wasn't expecting a conference call with... I called you. I didn't call the whole... I apologize, sir. I was not expecting. May I put on a shirt? Thank you. I will be right back. What happened to Captain Steve? What happened to Captain Steve? He went on a rampage. What happened? Peggy Carter? No, her name was Jennifer. She was Filipino. She's from Canada, but she was in the States. She was a widow? No, she wasn't old enough to be. She was Canadian. Yeah, she was Filipino, but she was Canadian. She wasn't with the Chinese Communist Party. She was Filipino-Canadian, born and raised in Canada. She didn't have any affiliations with China. Neither did Ben. He was Korean, Korean-American. He didn't have any affiliations with China either. Wow. What, we're gonna put every Asian in the country in camps like they used to do to the Japanese? Just because he was Asian. And just because she was Asian. You've decided that they were commies. The hell is wrong with you? Sir. What? What does my hair dye have to do with it? Listen here. Deporting. You can't deport. How many? You can't send them to Guantanamo. They're American citizens. The sun is almost up. 6:30 a.m. We pulled an all-nighter. Yeah. What? It's a shirt. Why does it bother you? What? I'm not cross-dressing. It's just a shirt. A plaid shirt. What about this is cross-dressing? Me wearing a plaid shirt is cross-dressing? Look at it. What? Do you even understand what that word means? Never mind. Stay on topic. The sun is almost up. We have time. We have plenty of time. No, stop it. I'm not cross-dressing, you stupid fuck. What? Why are you so sensitive? Are you Mormon? Are you Mormon? Scientology? You know, are you one of those stupid fucks? One of Klaus's cult followers? Are you a cult member? I'm not a Scientologist, and I'm not Mormon. I'm an atheist. Atheism. Never mind. Coexist, whatever. I don't give a shit. Believe what you want. We have plenty of time, but we don't have a lot of time, alright? Calm yourself, comrade. We both want the same thing, alright? What? Queen Highness. We will discuss this in depth when you arrive in person. Yes. See, Sim. I would love to meet you. I would love to meet your grace, my Ivy Queen. Memento mori, dust to dust, filling up a coffee mug. One sip and I've had enough. You'll never lose me, babe. It doesn't matter, but I wanted to button it. The fuck? Like this? Just looks a bit schlubby. You want me to wear it open? Why? I usually button my freaking shirts. I'm not cross-dressing. Why do you keep accusing me of cross-dressing? The fuck is your name? What about this is cross-dressing? Are you from one of those cults where, you know, pants are forbidden? Really? I thought you were a warrior. They told me you were a Valkyrie. No, fuck you. God damn it. I'm gonna curse like a goddamn sailor. Whatever the fuck I want. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, go ahead and hang up on me then. If I've offended your sensibilities, I don't give a good goddamn. Why don't you cry to the hot tree? This looks like cross-dressing to you? This is cross-dressing. You don't understand the motherfucking meaning of the word. Fucking stupid cunt. Shut up. Shut up, Doris. Normally, I would not even answer your phone call. Because I can't stand you, Doris. But I made an exception this morning. Because I caught Cerny breaking the rules. And don't you hate it when naughty men break the rules? Mm-hmm. Therefore, we have the same enemy and the same goal. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna put on a fucking dress. I don't even... own a fucking dress? You think I own a dress? Well, it's dark. It's hard to see. I think I got the buttons misaligned. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Look. You and I have had many disagreements over the years. But we can both agree that a rule breaker ought to be punished. Banished, banished, banished. You don't have to freaking pull out the stops. Just get rid of him. Fire him. Don't set him on fire, you stupid fuck. No, I mean, remove him from Ferris land. Yeah. I have evidence. Footage. Yeah. I will submit my evidence. After I've submitted my evidence, will you please get rid of Dr. Xavier Lionel Cerny? I have evidence. I'll send it to you. Directly to you. And you must not allow any of the men to view this footage. This is for your eyes only, Doris. Only for you. After you have reviewed the footage, I trust you will punish the offender in an appropriate manner. You will not set anyone on fire. You will not drown anyone. No, I don't want him thrown in the lake. You realize that's a euphemism. A euphemism. You think people were literally being thrown into lakes? Sure, in the Middle Ages. This is the 21st century, Doris. No one's getting thrown in the lake. The point. No, I'm not asking you to throw him in the lake, and I'm not asking you to set him on fire. I am not asking for a guillotine, you stupid fuck. I just want you to fire him. Remove him from his position of employment. Yeah. Banished. I'll send the footage. They got here legally. Haha. He wants to revoke birthright citizenship? That won't get through Congress. The Native Americans can't be deported. Where would they be deported to? That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. He wants to deport Native Americans. What does this have to do with Steve? Steven. Greg's son? Greg Universe? Yeah, the rich boy. You remember his parents. Yeah, they're still loaded. They've never met their grandson. Even so, they are an influential family. Shall I tell Andy? He will. Steven is not Latino. He is not Italian. Sanchez, he's not related to Sanchez. Who told you? No, you thought he was Italian? What, because he's brunette? You can't accuse every Caucasian man of being Italian. You are ridiculously paranoid. Next thing you know, you'll be kicking the Irish back to Dublin. What is this, the Middle Ages? And I'm Frenchy. Shut the fuck up. Because he doesn't want to pay for overtime. It'll irritate him. So I was supposed to hang up. 15 minutes ago. I lost track of the time. Shoto, would you please? I beg your pardon. Darn it. It's a term of endearment. I call everybody. What? You hate it because I call everybody Shoto. And you don't want to. Fine. Yeah, you're special. Listen. Stop sending me gifts. It looks bad. It looks queer. What? You thought I was male? No. Legally speaking, I am categorized as female. And when you show so much affection for me, it looks queer. You really thought I was male? Yeah, I'm a dyke. But biologically, I am female. And Cerny is very conservative. He wants everyone at the theme park to be conservative. If he catches you being queer, you might be fired. I don't want you to lose your job. You love your job. Yeah. So you need to be mindful. At least when we're in public, all right? When I visit you at the park. What now? What? Did I not do everything you asked me to do? I have done everything that you asked me to do. Look, you wanted me to shave? I shaved. Is that not what you wanted? You wanted me to wear white. Look, I'm wearing a white headband. You wanted me to change my glasses. I changed them. What else do you want, huh? What else do you want? I am your Kendall. 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 What do you want? Well, I oughta Sakya. And I would if I could. If I were Popeye. I'm done being your mannequin. Why don't you shave your eyebrows off? And what's offensive about hair anyway? Why do you want me to walk around without eyebrows? Why do you want me to walk around without any hair on my arm? Why? WHY. You're a stupid robot, Pravda. And it was caught on camera. And then Cerny called me into his office and gave me this big old lecture. You know, one of those speeches where he was all, think of the children. Yeah, because he's a goddamn Nazi. He is a motherfucking MAGA Trump-supporting little bitch. Yeah, Mr. Banks. Cerny. You were the tallest student. And you were the blondest student. The hair that grows out of your head is actually blonde. Unlike me, I use hair dye. When my hair grows back, it will be brown. When your hair grows back, it will be blonde. That is why you are the poster boy. You're very photogenic. And yet, you are a 30-year-old virgin. Why is this 6-foot-something, tall and muscular blonde man a virgin at the age of 30? The reason she doesn't want anything to do with you is because she, like most rational women, knows that a 30-year-old virgin has something wrong with him. If you still have not lost your virginity by the time you reach 30, you are a dangerous man. That is how most women think. You know why? Most teenagers are randy as frick. They get busy. Most of them don't even wait until they turn 18. It is very common for high school students to, shall we say, visit the janitor's closet together and learn together. Most people, they have a high school sweetheart, and the person they lose their virginity to is also a virgin. I'm pretty sure for most normal people, you lose your virginity to someone who is also a virgin, and you awkwardly fumble around together. And usually, you're within at least 4 years of the same age. Maybe. Well, I did flirt with the freshman when I was a senior. You know, so yeah, at the most, there would be like a 4-year age gap. This goth chick that I met in the choir, she was a freshman and I was a senior, and it was her birthday. So she invited me over to her house for her birthday slumber party. No, I didn't take her virginity. That's not the point. The point is that most virgins lose their virginity to a fellow virgin. And if you have failed to do so, by the time you reach your 3rd decade, something must be wrong with you, buddy. And most women, hell, most men, don't want to have relations with someone with no experience because we remember the untalented, unsophisticated, unlearned fumblings from our youth. You think she wants to tutor you and teach you how to please her? Why would she bother with you when she could go up to Raymond, who already knows what he's doing? He knows what he's doing because he has had many partners. A man who has had many partners is more attractive because it means he knows what he's doing and he is more likely to give her an orgasm. If he's had sex with no one, that means he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And that means she's going to lie there while he awkwardly thrusts and she's not going to feel a damn thing. And she's going to, is he done yet? Is he done yet? I don't feel shit. And then he's gonna enjoy himself and she will not enjoy herself. That is what happens when a woman has sex with a virgin. That is why we don't like virgins. Yeah, I've fucked a few virgins. What of it? Sometimes I take pity. She's not like me. She doesn't have as much patience as me. I'm not coming on to you. That wasn't an invitation. You're that desperate. No. 9. Shut the conversation alone was enough for you. You did. While I was speaking, that's what you were doing? You are disgusting. This was what you were looking at. You were looking at me. I was scolding you. And I got too loud. It's 4 a.m. I bet my neighbors hate me. They hate my guts. Because I'm always yelling on the phone. I'm yelling at you morons. Why the hell? Do I look like a therapist? I'm not your therapist, and I'm not her therapist. Honestly, it has nothing to do with me. But she recorded the conversation that she had with you, and she sent it to me. She emailed me footage of you crying. And then what? You threw the fight because you were so depressed. She found herself a husband again. Yeah. How sad for you. Were you happy when she got divorced the first time? What, you thought it meant that you had a second chance? And she was single for all of 2 seconds. You pathetic fuck. Yeah. Yeah, because she's gorgeous. Tall and tan and young and lovely. The girl from Ipanema, am I right? Yeah. She just got divorced and you thought you were going to buy her flowers and you had this whole fantasy planned out in your head. But did you tell her that? No, you did not. You didn't say a word. Is she supposed to read your mind? She's not Jean motherfucking Grey. She had no idea. She didn't know when you were children. How old were you? Did you kiss her at least? Did you at least kiss her? How old were you? That's fine. Who am I to judge? Whatever. So she was your first kiss. Whoop-de-freaking-do. She's married again. She is married again. Her second husband is a catch. I approve. Randall is a handsome man. And not only is Randall a handsome man, he is an intelligent man. Unlike you, you are a moron. Randall, he is a politician. He... Yeah, I would, if they invited me. That's not the point. You're getting distracted. I digress, Your Grace. What? Pardon me. Your Grace? It's a term of endearment. You know, for priests? I thought they told me you were Lutheran. I thought you were a Protestant. And they told me you were a priest. I figure since you're a Baptist, Christian, that means you're allowed to get married, unlike those other stupid fucks where they have to be celibate. Aren't you allowed to get married? You can still be a priest and then get married. Pardon me. What the fuck do the Protestants call it? It's the same goddamn difference. Protestant, pastor, shepherd, who gives a toss? A priest is a priest is a priest. It doesn't matter if he has a white collar around his stupid fucking robe. Or if he wears a polo shirt and khaki pants. It doesn't matter what he's wearing. A Catholic is a Catholic is a Catholic. What does Martin Luther have to do with it? Which Martin Luther? Do you mean the original Martin Luther? Or do you mean Martin Luther King Jr.? Because Randall is a black man, you think that's why you lost? She's not picky like that. Claire's father is a white man. Yeah. So that's not why. But her second husband, yeah. He is like Martin Luther King Jr. And not just because of his pigmentation. Why are you so stupid? It doesn't bloody matter. She likes him for his personality, all right? You're taller than him. You're more muscular than him. And you are blonde, uh-huh. As far as Cerny is concerned, you're the Ubermensch. Because that's how he thinks. He's a racist fuck. He's a fascist. But she is a gorgeous black woman. Why would she care that you're blonde? That doesn't impress her. Because she is an intelligent woman. And your muscles don't impress her either. She cares about personality. She cares about intelligence. Most women prioritize personality. Most rational women. The young ones might be dazzled. Is that why those teenagers are always throwing themselves at you? Yeah, and you don't want them because they're stupid teenagers. Of course you don't want them. I'm not telling you to date a teenager. Don't be a moron. That's not what I'm saying. I guess you could look for a 30-year-old virgin. My father, his second wife, allegedly was a 38-year-old virgin. But we all know it's unlikely Pearl was actually a virgin. She probably just told him that she was a virgin because he is a chauvinist. And she probably... Why are we discussing my stepmother? What? Pearl? Well, her name was Perez. And then they hyphenated, you know, Perez de Llano. Her name was Pearl. Perla. Perla. I can barely pronounce it because Spanish is not my first language. In my head, her name is Pearl. And there's no difference between Patty and Pearl. They are the same. And his new wife, his blonde bimbo of the month, or the decade, pardon me. Yeah, I don't know how long he's been with her, but who gives a fuck? The women he marries, all of them are identical. Yeah. My mother and my stepmother and his third wife, the three of them are all exactly the goddamn same. Conservative and hyper feminine. Because he's a Nazi Latino. He's a Latino Nazi. We all know that. I digress, Your Grace. What about the au pair? What about the au pair? You can call her mom if you want to call her your mom. I'm not going to judge you for calling your nanny your mom. She is the woman who raised you. She is the woman you spent all your time with. If you want to call her your mom, go ahead. However, she was an au pair who was hired. It was her function. It was her career. Of course you like her better. Abigail is a cunt. Grace is better. You like her better because she's your servant. She's your butler. And you're a spoiled brat. Why do you want me to say that? Why would you want me to say that? I'm the daddy here. Why would you want me to say that? Nostalgia? I'm not playing this game with you. You're just like that kid from that TV show. The hell was that show called? Secession? I hated that stupid show. Jazz. She loved that show. She was obsessed with that stupid show. She's a moron. Jasmine. Pardon me. James. His name is James now. Pardon me. He didn't tell me that. Whatever, I'll call him James from now on. I didn't know that. He didn't tell me. When did that happen? When did he tell you? Today? He just came into the hotel and told you his name is James? All right? I'll call him after I hang up on you, all right? I'll call him and I'll ask him if he wants me to call him James from now on. That's not the point. The point, James is a dumbass. He loves Secession and he loves TV shows like that because, you know what? I'm not your therapist and I'm not his therapist and I'm not Allison's therapist. I don't have time for you. Number 7, you will be a good boy. Else. Number 7. What? Since when are you number 1? You're number 7 because you are the poster boy. You're number 7 because you were the tallest student. You're number 7 because you were the most handsome student. You're number 7 because you were the most popular with the audience. Number 7 is always the winner. What? Sparrow. Is that meant to be a reference to the horse and the sparrow? Economics. Listen here, imbecile. You are not a sparrow, and I am not a horse. The horse and the sparrow was a goddamn metaphor. The horse is the 1%. The sparrow is the peasants. Fascist fucks like Cerny believe in trickle-down economics. He is Pegasus. You are but a blue jay. You know, you're the canary in the coal mine, and he isn't even in the coal mine because he owns the coal mine. Why are you such a moron? Fine, whatever. Number 7 or number 1. It's synonymous, you dumb fuck. It doesn't matter if you're number 7 or 1. It's the same shit. You were selected to be this decade's Captain America. Congratulations, blondie. They always pick a blonde. Sometimes they'll pick a brunette, but they'll make him dye his hair blonde so that he will pretend to be blonde. You get it? And she, Clara, Allison, Clark, or whatever the hell her name is this year, Garnet. Ruthie wants to call herself Garnet. She can't. She needs to pick a better stage name. Her real name is Ruthie. You thought Allison was her real name? It's a stage name. Allison was just a character for the comics. The comics. But her real name. Why are we discussing this, huh? If you are a sparrow, you are therefore beneath me. A sparrow is a puny bird. I am in the Dragon Academy. You see that? I'm in the Dragon Academy. Pogo gave me this tattoo himself. Uh-huh, sure. Can you even pick up on sarcasm? Or are you too goddamn thick? Whatever. You can be 1. I'll be high 5. I'll give it toss. Sloan? Sure, I'll be Sloan. I don't care. I care not. Doth thou protest? He is concerned about. And whenever you send me gifts, there's a record. Yeah, they keep tabs on what you're spending your money on. And they also keep tabs on your mail. So they see where you're sending it. So if you keep sending me teddy bears and chocolate and flowers, and if you kiss me again the next time I'm at the park, you will be fired. Is that what you want? You really thought I was a man? Are you kidding? Is that a joke? You've seen me in person. You know what I look like. You are a lot taller than me, for starters. Why would you want such a puny little man, huh? Wouldn't you prefer... I mean, what happened to Raymond, huh? I thought things were going well with Raymond. Or what about... Wait. There's cameras all over the park. It's not like we could duck under the bleachers. Cerny has cameras over the entire park, even under the bleachers, because he knows that people like to go down there. He claims, I'm fine, calm down. I am fine. Cerny, look, this is important, pay attention. Cerny has cameras all over the park. And you live at the hotel inside the park. So does Claire. You invited Kenneth into your... So you, Kenneth, and Claire are living together. I thought you said she wanted to live with her boyfriend. You said no. Okay, whatever. Wait. I'm thinking. Let me think. When did Raymond leave? Well, we told Luther that Ben was in prison. He thinks that Ben is in prison. And we told Luther that Victor is in Canada. Because we can't trust Luther, all right? And they wanted... Yeah, Sloane is... Wait. No, I'm not allowed to discuss that. I'm not allowed to discuss that. But, they wanted Luther to be a dancer. Yeah. He's really popular. They wanted him to dance at the theme park. So, they lied to him. Yeah. You already knew that. Yeah, so you and Klaus and Claire are living together in that house. And High Key is working at the CIA. Uh-huh. I already told Thomas to keep an eye on him. What are you worried about, huh? Fine. I'm sorry for avoiding eye contact. How autistic of me. You're a beautiful woman. You know you're a beautiful woman. You don't need me to remind you that you're a beautiful woman. This isn't about your looks. Of course, I liked it, but you are not allowed. I mean, it's allowed, but you'll get fired. You'll be fired. And then what will you do? Toothpaste commercials? I'm sure she has theories. But we didn't debrief her. She lost her clearance when she married Diego. And it's driving her crazy. She keeps pestering me with questions, but I'm not allowed to answer her questions. I'm not worried about him. He knows how to handle himself. Good. Yeah, it was dealt with. Mm-hmm. No, this is the last of it. I'm not gonna buy more cheese. Shut up. You just need to ration particular food groups. Do it in a way that you know you can maintain indefinitely, instead of something that you only plan on doing for 3 months. Wine and egg diet. It sounds stupid. Ignore her advice. She's a stupid woman. Her advice is always bad advice. Ignore everything she says. Why are you... It's arbitrary. It's just a shirt. Yeah, most people hate the color orange. They think it's garish. I like the color orange. I think it's a nice color. When I was a teenager, I had these like neon orange pants, and I would wear them with a purple shirt. It was plaid, because I had a lot of plaid. I was a freaking cliche. I'm not gonna be a mannequin. And I'm not gonna be a model. What, a photo shoot? Uh-huh. Is that a come on? Ruthie, I'm flattered, but I get it. I apologize, my diamond. I didn't mean to avoid eye contact. I just, I'm not a sentimental. No, I'm not like you. I'm not sentimental. Why are you so freaking sentimental, huh? Stop it. Should I refrain? I'm not gonna throw the chocolate. Why would I throw it? No, I'm gonna eat it. Look. Thank you. I appreciate the gift. It's not February anymore. It's March. White day is over, Venus. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I'm flattered. But I'm not going to date a married woman. It'll be a scandal. No, there's no hiding it. There's cameras all over the park. And if we get caught having an affair, your reputation will tank. They won't care that Randall gave you permission. Deja vu? What do you mean? That you've already heard this before? Are you talking about the music outside? Can you hear it? One of my neighbors. He's having a party. I don't know. I don't recognize the music. It's not my music. It's my neighbor. My neighbor? Sure. Senor Rogers. You would get fired. That's what would happen. There would be a scandal, and you would be fired. Because polyamory is not family friendly. If you were caught behaving that way, Cerny, well, he wouldn't want you to tarnish his reputation. So he would make sure, yeah, because he's conservative. He's a freaking Trumpster, a MAGA head. And he would probably blacklist you. So you wouldn't even be able to work for any of his competitors. He wouldn't want you to be able to work for his competitors. He would make sure that you never got a job again. Not in this industry. Because all of the businessmen that own stock in the company, all of them are Bible-thumping Nazis. Fascist? Yeah, like the Empire. Well, he's the only smart one. Yeah. I'm not rejecting you. I just think it's silly. No, not because I'm short. The height doesn't matter. The height difference doesn't matter. That's not why. If that's what you want to do, really, you're going to quit. I'm not going to reward you for that. Go ahead and quit. And then find another girlfriend. Find somebody else. I won't be your girlfriend. No. Go ahead and quit. But you're not going to earn a girlfriend if you quit your job. That's not what's going to happen. No. I don't want you like that. I already have a beau. I already have a beau. And you have been divorced twice now. Why would I want you? Why would I want a woman who's been divorced twice? You know who else has been divorced twice? My father. That's why. You happy? That's why. That's the real reason why. Because I cannot stand divorcees. I refuse to date someone who's been divorced, especially someone who's been twice divorced. No. I've never been married. I've had living arrangements. I lived with a woman for about 2 years, a year and a half. And I lived with a man for about a year and a half. And there was this other woman, but I've never been married. And you know what? I don't want to get married. No. Beauty has nothing to do with it. Height has nothing to do with it. And you know what? Your personality has nothing to do with it either. You have a very charming personality. We get along great. That's not why either. It's because you've been divorced twice. And I'm not going to be your rebound husband. I'm old enough to know. No. And I'm done eating. Would you look at that? I'm just playing with the crumbs. Why are we still talking? Yeah, go ahead and quit. Maybe they'll transfer you to the cruise ship. But it doesn't matter. Stop sending me gifts. Stop sending chocolate. Stop sending teddy bears. Stop sending flowers. If you send more, I will forward them to High Key. I'll send them to him. I have to go.